Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping right in, looking at some really solid science, actual proof showing how mental training, meditation specifically, physically changes your brain.
That's right. We're focusing on a study of, well, expert Buddhist practitioners.
Right. And the idea is to get beyond just anecdotes, isn't it? Like move past it feels relaxing to what's actually happening neurologically.
Exactly. We want to unpack the hard science behind it. We're looking at these findings on electroencephalographic high-amplitude gamma band oscillations, fancy term, but basically very fast brain activity.
Okay. And the context here is crucial. This wasn't beginners.
No, not at all. The study compared healthy controls with 8 really long-term practitioners. We're talking 10,000 to, believe it or not, 50,000 hours of training.
50,000 hours. That's
Yeah.
that's incredible. Over like 15 to 40 years.
Yeah. And they're focusing on a specific practice, unconditional loving kindness and compassion.
Okay, so let's unpack that 50,000 hours.
Yeah.
What does that level of practice actually do inside the brain when they're meditating? What did the study find?
So the key finding really was about synchronization. During that state of compassion, these practitioners could self-induce really sustained high amplitude gamma band oscillations and phase synchrony too.
Okay, gamma band oscillations. You mentioned it's fast brain activity. Can you break that down a bit more? What is gamma activity and why does the high amplitude matter here?
Sure. So gamma activity is typically in the range of, say, 25 to 42 hertz. Think of it as the brain's way of achieving rapid coordination across different areas.
Uh-huh.
It's really essential for things like focused attention, working memory, conscious perception even.
Right.
And the amplitude, the sheer power of this gamma signal they found
Yeah.
was huge, among the highest ever reported in a non-pathological context, so in a healthy brain. It suggests, basically, that massive groups of neurons distributed across the brain are firing together with incredible timing, high temporal precision.
Wow, massive coordination. Okay, so this powerful coordination is happening. Was it instant, like flipping a switch when they started meditating, or did it take time?
Good question. It wasn't instant. The data showed the gamma activity actually gradually increased over the meditation period,
Okay.
which fits perfectly, actually, with what the meditators themselves reported. They said transitioning into that deep state, that sort of objectless awareness, it took a bit of time, maybe 5, 10, 15 seconds.
Right, it's a process, not just an on-off thing. Now, here's what I think is really fascinating. Did this intense practice only affect them while they were actively meditating? Or did it lead to like a permanent change, a shift in their baseline brain activity?
That's the crucial point. The data really points towards long-term change, actual rewiring.
How so?
Well, they measured the ratio of this fast gamma activity to slower brain waves like alpha and theta. And that ratio, it was already higher in the practitioners' brains before they even started the meditation session for the experiment.
You mean just their normal resting state?
Exactly. Their resting baseline was different, particularly over certain brain areas.
Yeah.
The medial frontoparietal electrodes. These are areas often linked to self-awareness, monitoring your internal state, emotion regulation.
So the training literally seemed to recalibrate their brain's default setting. The
Yeah.
idle mode is fundamentally different.
That's a great way to put it. And then during the meditation itself, that difference, that higher ratio, it shot up even more sharply.
Naturally.
But importantly, it stayed higher even in the rest periods after meditation compared to their initial baseline before the session started.
So it persists.
It persists. And this really supports one of the main goals you often hear about in meditation traditions. The idea is to transform your baseline state, right? To blur the lines between formal practice and just everyday life. These findings kind of show that happening at a neural level.
That's profound. It makes you wonder, though, was this just down to these individuals being somehow special, maybe naturally gifted? Or was it purely the result of all that practice, the
Right.
sheer volume?
The data suggests it was very much about the practice volume. They actually found a significant positive correlation,
Meaning?
meaning the more hours of formal sitting meditation someone had logged up to that incredible 52,925 hours in one case, the higher their relative gamma activity was in that initial resting state before they even began meditating for the test.
So more practice hours predicted a more synchronized baseline brain state.
Precisely. It strongly supports the idea that attention and even these affective processes like compassion aren't fixed. They're flexible skills. You can actually train them with consistent effort.
Okay, let's bring this together. What's the big takeaway here for you listening at home, maybe considering mindfulness or meditation?
I think the key takeaway is that this kind of mental training, it's not just about feeling calm for a few minutes. It seems to create measurable, high precision, long-term changes in your brain's neural networks.
Right. Real structural and functional change.
Yes, it enhances large-scale coordination in the brain. It can potentially redefine your fundamental everyday state of awareness. It's quite powerful.
It really is. And leaves us with a thought, doesn't it? If we see that consistent long-term practice can fundamentally alter the brain's default idle state, making daily experience potentially more synchronized, more aware, what small, consistent step towards practice might you start today to begin shifting your own everyday experience?